What's going on, guys? Just left the ATA show here in Indiana. Got in my rental car and I am headed to Ohio for my annual whitetail hunt that I do with my good buddy Zach out there. It is 1:50. I left about 20 minutes ago, so I'm trying to make it over there. It's, I don't know, about two and a half hour drive to where we're going. But I'm gonna head out there and meet up with Zach, and we're jumping in the blind. So I'm gonna throw a Kuiu top on. I still got my cowboy boots on and some jeans. And like I said, just gonna throw my Kuiu jacket on, grab my Hoyt, and jump in the blind. So this is gonna be the same blind that I killed my big 170 out of 2 years ago now. With Zach. It's we call it Grandma's house, so it's on his grandma's farm, and we're hoping there's a really big buck that is coming in, split browed, absolute stud, actually pretty close to the same genetics, it seems like, as that big one that I killed out of there a couple years ago. But he's being very, very inconsistent. Been coming in sometimes 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. He's daylighted in the morning, I think, once or twice. And about 3 nights ago, he came in right before dark, right at last light. So we would have been able to get him then, but disappeared for, I think, 2 days after that, and then showed up again in the middle of the night. So like I said, he's very inconsistent. We're hoping there is a front moving in. It's not cold, it's warm. It's still 50, I think it's 52 right now. But it got really cold last night, and it's supposed to rain, I think, tomorrow. So we're hoping, if we have a chance, tonight is gonna be the night. So fingers crossed. I'm gonna haul butt over there and, like I said, jump in, and we're gonna give her hell. So let's go see what we can do, and fingers crossed this guy shows up. Getting my bow out, and Zach's pulling up right now. Yes, baby. Yeah. So let's go jump in the blind. We just made it to Grandma's house. It is game time. All right, guys, we're all set up in the blind. Zach just dropped me off, and we're back in the same blind that I killed my big buck out of 2 years. So, old Grandma's farm. We got in here plenty of time. It's about 4:20 right now, and we're completely ready to go. So I wasn't sure if we were gonna make it, but we did it. Now we just sit and wait, fingers crossed. We got that storm moving in, so we're hoping that it'll get this buck to get up and move a little bit earlier than normal. Fingers crossed. All right, well, we are headed back to Zach's house. No buck tonight. We had a little spike come in right. The last light was too dark to even pick up on the camera. But man, just like I said, this big buck has been so sporadic. We checked the trail camera, and he was in there yesterday in the daylight in the morning. So it's just kind of one of those spots where it might be tough to hunt mornings, because we'll probably blow him out of there trying to sneak into the blind in the morning. So we just got to figure out what we're gonna do. But I think tomorrow morning there's a chance that some rain's supposed to be moving in, so we're gonna go and check some cameras and just kind of see what that storm's supposed to be doing, and kind of decide where we're gonna go. We're gonna switch it up, I think, and maybe try some different spots and try to get after some of these other bucks that are hitting. There's a handful of really good bucks that are spread out on all these different leases that Zach has. So we're gonna see what we can do, but game plan and get some rest. It's gonna be an early morning. So we've been going back and forth with radar and weather, just trying to figure out what the plan would be. We don't think the rain's gonna hit where we wanna go. There's been a lot of different bucks showing up in this spot, so I think we're gonna go for it and just see what we can find. So Zach's outside getting things ready. I'm gonna go grab my bow, grab my stuff, and we're out of here. Well, that's a wrap for the first morning sit. It's about 12:30. We sat here for about 5 hours. Not a single deer, so we're gonna switch it up. We'll go grab a sandwich and go jump in a different stand. We just made a quick stop, got a bite to eat. We stopped at Zach's house now for a little recharge, grabbing some energy, some aminos, and I am switching stands. There was another big heavy buck that was coming in a different property, so didn't see a single thing where we were this morning, so we're just gonna keep jumping around. Hopefully hit the lottery on one of these guys. I'm an idiot though. I did not bring my arm that screws into the tree that holds my camera. I was kind of thinking more blind hunting, but we sat at grandma's yesterday in that blind. I have my tripod, but obviously that big buck didn't come in and we're just going to keep jumping around. So I don't have any way to film the kill shot from a tree stand. I'll film the whole process leading up to it, and if I do connect on, there's a big heavy buck in there, if I connect on him, we'll just do the whole process after. Sucks, but the only tough thing about trying to vlog and self-film all these things. But like I said, who knows, maybe it doesn't happen tonight and I'm back in the blind tomorrow and we'll get it on film, but this is just kind of letting you guys know now. So wish me luck. We're grabbing our stuff and we are out of here. So, back in the stand, evening number 2. Let's see what happens. With about 5 minutes left of legal shooting light, I looked to my left and saw the big heavy buck making his way in. As he got to about 50 yards, I heard what no deer hunter ever wants to hear, the dreaded doe snort. Off he went. On to the next one. What's up, guys? Day 3 here in Ohio. We're back where we sat yesterday. We got blanked in here yesterday morning, but Zach checked the trail camera, and that day before, he came in, dumped corn around, I don't know, 9 o'clock, and every shooter buck in this area pretty much hit it, and most of them in daylight. So it was weird we got blanked yesterday morning. We're just hoping it was maybe an offset. We're back in here now. Zach's got a little bit of corn loaded up on the quad. We're gonna make the trek up in there, dump, and probably sit for a few hours. It's supposed to rain, I don't know, around 3-4 o'clock here, so I don't know if we'll be able to stay in here the whole time. There's a big creek that we have to cross, and when it starts dumping rain, sometimes that gets a little hairy. We're gonna see if we can sit at least till 3 or 4 and just hope some of those bucks come in. But did have some action last night. Had the shooter buck coming in, and right before he got into range, a doe blew and spooked everything off. Bummer, but that's hunting. So we're gonna give her hell here and just see what happens. Let's go. Got us. We're out of here. No deer. Had some bucks come in, but no shooters. All right, guys, here's our last morning, last day. I'm planning on doing an all-day sit. We're gonna take the four-wheeler hopefully back up in there. It did rain quite a bit yesterday evening, so sometimes that river gets a little too high and we are not gonna be able to get across that on the four-wheeler. So we're gonna pray that it's not too high. We're gonna get over there and just check it out. And if it is okay, we're getting across, and I'm gonna get up in there and, like I said, sit all day. Those bucks have been coming in from basically first light to sundown and dark, so it could happen at any time. I had bucks coming in yesterday, but we had to get out of there. The wind and was going nuts. There was trees falling all around me, and the rain basically downpoured us on the way back on the quad ride. So it was eventful. Last night was dead, didn't see a single deer. So we're hoping today we can get it done. Last day. Wish us luck. Well, that ain't happening. This sucker's ripping. We're gonna have to sit here and figure out what we're gonna do. Zach's gonna swim me across on his back.
Right.
Damn it. Yeah, we're screwed, bro. It's up and over. Oh man. All right, we're back here. It's been 6 hours since this morning. We're gonna go see what this water level is like. Just driving across right now, coming in here, still looks pretty high. So we're hoping that it's gone down enough that we can at least get the quad across. Zach's even thought about possibly driving his truck across, but we're gonna get over there and see what's going on. Hey, Zach.
So we got our one choice to kill deer.
We're swimming.
We gotta put out or swim.
So it has gone down. We use these as our markers, and it's dropped, I don't know, maybe a couple feet. It's just so scary because it's not clear anymore. So, I mean, we know there's some shallow spots. We see the ripples there, but it's still just a little deeper than normal, but it's not out of control. So, we're trying to decide whether the truck or the quad. There's a chance that we're getting wet either way. So, stay tuned. Can you hug the left more? Hug that way more? I don't know.
Like it's dropped over.
Does it? Well, shoot. I mean, another. I know, I was going to say another 3 yards and you're right in the middle of it. Really? Go for it, bro.
I know you're going with me.
Oh man. YOLO. Swing and a miss. Like a scene from Dumb and Dumber, we loaded up and tried to cross. About halfway out, all 4 tires came off the ground and the motor died. We ended up floating that thing down, riding it for about 30 yards before it finally tipped, and in we went. We were able to get to the other side, but the quad, well, that's a different story. That thing went down about 200 yards before it finally flipped over and hung up. Well, it wasn't pretty getting across that water. My boots are soaked, my pants are soaked, but I'm toughing it out. Hiking in here, I bumped a big 8. Hopefully it wasn't one of the shooters. We'll see what happens. Alright guys, it's now dark. I hit a buck about a little under an hour ago, waiting for Zach and his girlfriend to get out here. I think I hit him a little high and a little back, but still looked like it might have been high long. I watched him come down where I'm at now and back up to my right and over the hill. And I've just been sitting here waiting. I found the arrow covered in blood. Found where he took off running, actually fell down. So I'm just waiting. I don't want to push him. But I just heard a big crash up and over here. I'm hoping that was him and not other deer. So I got about an hour before Zach and his girlfriend Krista hike back up in here. But I'm just going to sit tight. Just wanted to update you guys. Hopefully he's down right there. Alright, Zach and his girl just got here. We're going to go up and over and see if we can find that. We have some blood. Last blood I saw was around here. It's tough to see in the dark now, but let's see what we can go do. All right, we've been following just tiny specks of blood. And so he had ran up and over this rise, came down this, there's a bottom here, crossed up, hopped over that log, came down, and I knew I heard a crash. And bam, he fell in the bottom right here. Krista found it. Good job, Krista. Oh, dude.
And I hope he didn't break nothing.
I know. Dude, I knew I heard that. It was so loud. But
You were right, man.
that was the 5. He's a nice 5x6. He got an extra on his left side. Really cool buck. Dude, we have so much work ahead of us. And some steep country. We gotta cut this sucker all up, pack them out. My boots are still soaked. My socks are soaked. My pants are wet. It's probably, you think it's in the high 30s? Feels like it's already close to it, if not. But all right, we're gonna get down here and see this thing. Let's go check him out. Dude, that is a really cool buck. Dude, that is so awesome. Zach, you're the man. Such a cool buck. Appreciate it, dude. Thank you.